1,500 licensed agents nationwide. We have a business that runs without us. And y'all, for those of you that are mothers or fathers, time has been the most precious asset that this company has given us, right? You know what? When you have control over your money and your time, you're different, right? And you're different with the people that you care about the most. So if that is important to you, if that calls to you, you're in the right place tonight. You're going to get some great training this evening. I also see Cynthia on. Cynthia, welcome to the organization. Glad to have you on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good to see you, Cynthia. So before we do recognition, I want to...
Yes.
Hi, Cynthia. Great to have you, darling. So,
hello.
Hello, Cynthia. Welcome to the Zoom tonight.
Thank you.
Great to have you. So Avery, we are going to get started first with the Tony Robbins video. Y'all, this is a 4-minute video. I want to get your mindset right, because really how you feel is how you do, right? So we're going to start with some amazing Tony Robbins. It's 4 minutes, and then we'll come right back together.
Valuable thing you'll ever have, your time. And every day you skip this 1 hour, you're choosing regret over greatness. This isn't just a speech, it's a wake-up call. If you give me the next few minutes, I'll show you how 1 hour a day can completely change your life. They say success takes time, but the truth is it only takes intention. And it starts with just 1 hour a day. 1 hour, that's all it takes to begin changing your life. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need permission. What you need is to make one sacred hour each day non-negotiable. 1 hour where you invest in your future. 1 hour where you silence the noise and focus on yourself, your goals, your purpose. Because here's the truth. If you can't give yourself 1 hour, you've already given up on your dreams. You give your time to distractions, to people who don't value you, to comfort, to habits that slowly kill your potential. And all along, the life you want is calling you, waiting for you to show up. So show up every single day. The 1 hour rule is simple. 1 focused hour daily, where you read, grind, train, plan, create, or build, not for others, but for the future version of you. The one who's tired of struggling, the one who's tired of doubting, the one who's tired of watching life pass by without making a mark. You say you don't have time. How much time do you waste scrolling, complaining, procrastinating, binge watching other people live their dreams while you put yours on pause? 1 hour a day is 4% of your time, but it holds 100% of your future. That hour is where your life begins to shift, where your confidence grows, where your skills sharpen, where your energy changes. That hour is your edge. While others sleep, you grow. While others doubt, you move. While others wait for the right moment, you become the moment. The 1 hour rule isn't about working harder. It's about working with purpose. It's about saying, I matter. My dreams matter. My time matters. Because no one is coming to push you. No one is coming to build your vision for you. You are the builder, the creator, the leader. You are the one responsible for the direction of your life. If you want more, you've got to give more, not to the world first, but to yourself. Your energy, your presence, your grind. That 1 hour will test you. You'll want to just skip it. You'll want to say just today, and then just tomorrow, and then one day you'll wake up years later wondering where your potential went. Don't let that happen. Don't let your future become a victim of your present weakness. Fight for that hour. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. That hour becomes your power. That hour makes you dangerous to doubt, to fear, to failure. You start stacking wins daily. 1 book turns into a new mindset. 1 workout turns into discipline. 1 hour of deep focus turns into breakthroughs. And slowly, quietly, you become unrecognizable to the old version of you, the one who made excuses, who waited for motivation, who feared judgment. Now you rise, now you lead, now you execute. 1 hour of consistent action builds unstoppable momentum. And once you've seen what 1 hour a day can do, you'll never waste another again. You'll start walking different, talking different, thinking different, because you're not just hoping for change, you're creating it. So the question is not, can I do it? The real question is, will I give myself 1 hour to become who I was born to be? Because deep down, you know, this life has more for you. You know you were made to break limits, not live inside them. You were built to grow, not stay stuck. You were designed for impact, not invisibility. But that version of you doesn't appear out of nowhere. You must build it 1 hour at a time. It won't be easy. Nothing great ever is. but it will be worth it. You don't need to leap to the top overnight. You just need to step forward daily with power, purpose, and pride. And that begins with 1 hour, one sacred hour where you don't negotiate with weakness, where you don't check your phone or listen to doubt or delay greatness. That hour becomes your temple. That hour becomes your proof. That hour becomes your transformation. So give yourself that gift. 1 hour a day, and watch your body change, your mindset elevate, your confidence rise, your life evolve. This is not a speech. This is a challenge. 1 hour a day for the next 365 days. Read, build, train, learn, focus, grind. Do it with pain. Do it with passion. Do it because you're tired of living at half capacity. The clock is ticking. Your time is now. Everything you want is waiting behind that 1 hour you keep skipping. So stop waiting. Start building. Own your hour. And soon you'll own your life.
Ooh, thank you, Avery. So, I look, we all have different personality types, different maybe motivational speakers. But I want to tell you one thing about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, so I've been married 30 years to my amazing husband, Jeff. And we had a marriage and a merger. We met through the company. We're both part-time kids. I was a flight attendant. He used to load boxes for UPS. And I remember when I was dating him, because I could fly for free, with Delta. So he lived in Wisconsin, I lived in Georgia. And he said, "Hey, I want you to come to this Tony Robbins event, like this weekend event in Florida." And I was like, who's Tony Robbins? I didn't know anything about personal development or anything like that. And he goes, "You know what? This guy changed my life." And I'm like, "Well, okay, I'll show up." So I met Jeff for the weekend in Florida and went to this Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. And I want to say something about Tony Robbins before I finish what happened, who you just heard from. So Jeff's mother, my husband's mother, was very ill with cancer from age 43 to age 50. So at age 43, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, very young age, and she got licensed in our business. She recruited people in our business. She helped families in our business while she was going through chemotherapy. And at age 50, she was a walking miracle. The doctors, it went from her breast to her liver, and then the tumor started shrinking. And it's like Jeff and her were like a tag team. And Tony Robbins was getting ready to get in his limo from an event, and there were just hundreds of people around him. And Jeff had that book, Awaken the Giant Within. And Tony literally is getting ready to get in the limo, and Jeff's like, "Hey, can you sign one more book?" And Tony got out of the limo, and Jeff told him about his mother, Eunice. And Tony wrote a whole page on the cover of the Awakened Giant Within to Jeff's mom, Eunice. And you know what? That's just amazing, right? That's just amazing. And so the guy you just heard from took the time to do something like that. And then that weekend, when I experienced the Tony Robbins thing, and by the way, this is not a Tony Robbins promo, this is about your mindset. But that weekend, that night, so I registered on Friday with Jeff in Florida. That night, I am walking over hot coals barefooted. And I'm just like, what world am I living in that I could walk over hot coals and not get burned, right? So I just say all that. I just say all that because really the game that we're playing, everyone, it's you. And most of us need a vehicle, and we've got to have the right mindset to take action, right? So I'm just telling you, as a product of this system, as a broke flight attendant, I've had everything in the world happen to me. Probably the only thing I haven't had is I haven't declared bankruptcy. I've had my phone shut off. I've had my car repossessed. I've bounced checks. Anything. I don't know if that's probably none of that's ever happened to you. ladies and gentlemen, but let me tell you something. It happened to me, okay? But I rose up, picked myself up from my bootstraps. The good Lord gave me this vehicle, and my mom trained me. I met my husband in this business, and now we have this beautiful 17-year-old daughter who is our world. And you know what? I've been her foundation from the moment she was born. And I don't say that lightly because a lot of us don't have that option. We don't have that choice. But I've been able to raise my daughter because of this business, because I've had time freedom and I've had money freedom for a very long time, right? So if that's what's important to you, you are in the right place. This team right here, the people that you're going to hear from tonight, the women's event that we're going to have in a month, we really are a team. We come together because we all have different strengths, right? And it's exciting. The company's never been better. So before we get started with we've got a lot to cover tonight. Who here you've helped a family? We have a new person that's part of our business now. Someone's gotten licensed. Someone's brought in a business associate. Let's start with some good